At some point in time, I'm going to have to recork this. This thing has seen so much use.
Yeah, how old is it?
This thing? Oh, goodness. I think I stole it from my dad, so this thing has to be at least 40, 45 years old. I stole this from him when I started working in the shop full time. So, actually, no, I was a freshman in high school when I stole this. So, yeah, this I think has been around for 50 years or more. Yeah, he made a lot of jigs in the beginning. Ooh, let's talk about jigs today. I just realized that in my mind, and I've got most everything here except for one, which workboard. That's pretty essential, but we'll get there. All right, I just realized that in my mind, everything that I pulled out is essential for holding everything. Everything else I feel like you can do by careful measuring and whatnot, but material holding, and this is what has to work for you, not necessarily for me, but this is the way I do it, and you're here, so hi. Everything that I have, actually, here's another tool I stole from my dad. This is another 50-year-old tool. I made him a new one. Anyways, this is something that I use a lot, which is for holding the bridge, but also holding some material. So I just clamp this up in my vise. And if you don't have a vise, you can put a couple clamps on it and make it longer. But basically, it's a chunk of a 2x4 with a little bit taken out, perfectly square. So that way, when I'm working on a bridge, I can clamp it down here, I can clamp it in the middle and work on an arm or the other side. And this makes my life so much easier because it allows me two hands to work on the material. And I realize that for the sake of efficiency, the more that you can keep things in place without having to use your extra hand to hold it, it takes an equal amount of force to hold something if you're going to work on it this way. So that way you get tired twice as fast, whereas if you clamp it down and then work with whatever else, that's going to go a lot better. So yeah, all of my jigs are for holding something down. So we're going to start off with this bridge holder, and with these slots here, we cut out, we can do a lot of the purl work that we're doing on here with a little razor saw. We can put, we'll stick a safety pin in here and use this as a stop for when we're cutting the tiles for the rosettes, and that's very helpful. So, there's quite a lot that happens with this on the bridge as well as for other material handling. So this sort of thing is really, really helpful. So, I wouldn't be able to build a guitar without one of these. Obviously, we talked about the neck holder. There's so many times where I would just want a guitar to be stable and, with a arched back, ideally, and whatnot. They get a little wobbly. So just by having this, it makes everything so much nicer. And for me, almost any time you see me working on a guitar, this will be underneath the neck just because I don't want it rocking, or at least I want it as stable as possible over the entire length. And, also when I'm putting in frets, I'll use this underneath with the hammer just to make sure that there's a solid connection between the table and the guitar. This just raises everything up. And yes, I know you can buy it, but please make your own stuff. It's part of the rite of passage. And then this stretch for a jig, but it's a clamping jig. This is for my fingerboard. And I will broaden this to say anything that you clamp against, okay? But this looks a lot more dramatic. Anything that you clamp against, something like this is, just a piece of MDF with cork glued onto it, and I just go to the auto parts store and I get natural cork by the roll. It's gasket cork. And this stuff works really, really well. I always have something like this around, obviously within easy grasp, something to glue a bridge down with. I'm not a big fan of vacuum for that process. I really like to see what I'm doing. I like to see everything, be able to clean up the glue quickly. There's so many places on a guitar where if you put a clamp on it, it's not going to hold well. So gluing jigs for that sort of thing, most of mine are actually made out of old OSB or plywood or MDF, or 2x4s, just kind of cut into rough shape and then lined with cork, and packing tape. Packing tape is really great because most glues don't stick to it. And I think that the final jig for me is, well, this is a fancy CNC made fret machine or fret slot, and I've got these in a whole bunch of other sizes, but having to measure out every single fret leaves so much room for error, and the fretting is such an important level of precision that has to be done that it's one of those things where I'll say, if you're building one guitar and you don't want to sit down and do the math, it's there. And then I guess the last one, this is my basically neck holding jig, where I'll clamp down the head here and clamp it. If only I had an example. So, you know, it's rough here, and so I'll clamp it down here, and this is how I do almost all of my shaping. So when I clamp this into my vise, I can turn it around to whatever angle I need. Obviously, if it was clamped down. I can do almost all of my neck shaping with this. And yes, I know that there's fancy ones out there, but you don't need that. The one I forgot to talk about is a movable workboard, okay? Because a lot of times if I'm clamping, and I am not a go bar person, I don't like go bars. They take up a lot of space. I know that's crazy with what's going on behind me, but I won't say I need all the space, but it's very helpful. When you use something like, you want to have a good workboard, roughly the same size as your top or back. So that way you can clamp wherever you need to go. And I've got workboards here with my whole guitar body, roughly. And the best part is, once you clamp this up, you can take it and put it somewhere else and do something productive, instead of just sitting there watching your glue dry. There we go. I think that those are the jigs that I can't live without. I mean, you see me work, you see me use a lot of stuff, right, James?
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you next time. Please follow on Patreon. It helps. Like, subscribe, more videos. See ya.